Well, we've certainly got a jam-packed show with Jam on Top here on Worth Valley Tally right now. It's Mint V Episode 2, starting after these...
Sweet, so we're here at the Exchange again, and this is where we do our show from, Mint V, the Exchange. Episode 2, we're going to speak to Brian. He runs Jam on Top, this town's most premier, most established practice rooms and recording studio. Also, this week's musical guests are the mighty Bingley Music Live gracing Quran TV wielding As Sirens Fall. They've got an awesome EP out at the minute, and they're going to be playing some songs for us as well. Time's short, I'm getting older, let's do it.
Hi guys, you're watching Mint V. I'm Mikey from As Sirens Fall. If you want to get your hands on any t-shirt or a copy of our EP from our merch store online, then here is how to do it.
For your chance to win any of the great goodies you're seeing on screen right now, head over to Twitter and hashtag the words MintV t-shirt or hashtag As Sirens Fall MintV. The winner will be announced on the 31st of August, and the winner will be messaged directly and announced on the next show. Get tweeting and good luck.
Brian, how you doing?
Hey John, nice to see you.
How's things?
Things are pretty good. Yeah, pretty busy. Thank you.
Good. So first, I just want to know, when anybody says to me, "Well, where are you practicing this week?" Oh, Jam on Top. But why Jam on Top? Why is it called Jam on Top?
That's a good question. So when we first opened it, I thought of the name one day because before we even had Jam on Top, I thought, what should we call it if we ever have a rehearsal studio? And we're on the top floor of a building. We've got the whole top floor of a big mill complex.
Right.
And I love the word, come and have a jam. And I was thinking of all sorts, top jammer, and all this. And it just hit me, Jam on Top. I thought, oh, that sounds good because it's like jam on top, like, in a cake, cream of the crop. Jam
totally,
on top.
Without a doubt.
Jam on top as in you can jam on top of the business and you can jam on top of your game in music. So I thought, yeah, that sort of stuck and people liked it. So yeah, that's when Jam on Top was born.
So from day one, it's been Jam on Top.
From day one, yeah.
Right up until present day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think it's great. There's no else like it. Everybody else is pretty mundane, boring.
Yeah.
It's got that little
yeah,
jamminess, hasn't it?
It's got a few different connotations on it.
It really has.
Yeah, it has, yeah.
So like on this show, like we're all about local scene, local music, trying to push it as much as possible.
That's right.
So you probably see that day in, day out. So like, what's it like seeing so many faces, like new faces? What's it like being like from the start? Like, have you seen? How long have you been going?
Well, we started in January 2008, and it started basically because my son was a guitarist in a band at 10 years old. He was in a band at 10, and they went in for the Musician Centre Battle of the Bands. There was 5 of them. They were all kids. They got through to the final, which was amazing then, and we were all excited. Yeah. Being sort of daddages as you are.
Absolutely.
And we thought we'd get them practicing. So they went down to another local practice centre called Vision for Youth. There was 2 practice rooms there, one in a cellar, one on the top, and it was run by a chap who I got quite friendly with. And then one day he said, "Listen, I'm going to move back down to Reading, where he originally came from. The place is in a state of disrepair. I can't keep it going." And it was actually my other half, Tracy, who said, "Why don't we start something? Let's get a business going. It's great. They've got some good bands down there. They had about 12 or 14 bands on the books." So we said, "Let's go for it." So we gave him our plans. He was excited. He was going to try and help us get it set up, and he did. And we looked for months to try and find the right venue. I've got to tell you, it took us months to find it, away from residential areas. Trying to find the right area for,
because it can't be a small place here. It's going to have to be big enough to house all those bands.
Absolutely,
and gear as well.
Yeah, you don't want complaints from local residents and things like that. So we tried for months, and then we actually came across the place where we are now. We all fell in love with it. Mm-hmm. It took a good 3 months to placate the landlord for the type of business we were putting in there. As you can imagine, a lot of young kids coming in, making lots of noise. Wasn't particularly keen at first, but he warmed to it. And then he managed to get the insurers to say, right, okay, they'll let you move in. and it was at the 11th hour when Vision had to shut.
Right.
They had to shut.
So they closed their doors.
They closed the door on the Friday,
And
we purchased all their equipment, took it out on the Saturday, and we had the first paying bands in that very Saturday night in 2 makeshift studios, and just built it from scratch from there.
so in one night,
In one night,
you've moved an
it was
entire
fraught.
rehearsal studios to your new studios.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you had the first band in that night.
Yeah, that's
How
right.
did that go?
And we didn't have use of the lift then. We had to cart everything up 3 flights of stairs.
Oh,
That was hard work.
that sounds awful.
But we had local bands that gave us a hand. You know, there were the community around bands. It's fantastic. You know, all the bands that wanted to come and practice all gave us a hand to
Wow.
bring the gear up. You know, back in 2008. Now we're nearly 10 years old. It's staggering how fast that time's gone.
So from when you started back then, what's it like now? Has anything changed dramatically, or is it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we started off with 2 studios. We had one huge room. It was far too big for one rehearsal studio, and then a smaller one next door to it. And they were opposite each other, so they were like 2 separate stone buildings, which was great. You know, sound level kept to a minimum, no bleed from one band to other, or as minimal as possible. And then eventually we made a 3rd studio. We took another room on, and then the huge studio we cut into 2. That made it 3 and 4. So we had 4 studios. Then people were saying we want a permanent place to practice instead of doing 3 and 2-hour sessions. So we built 2 permanent rooms for bands that have occupancy, and that's a more recent thing. So we've got 6 studios, and then we built a recording studio.
I was just about to ask you about
yeah.
that. Yeah. Is it a fully fledged recording studio? Go in there,
Yeah,
bands
pretty
can
much.
go in, write an album.
Yeah, you can go in and write an album. You know,
Have it recorded?
Kurt, who works here, does all the engineering for the recording studio.
So
for
it's
us,
all right.
does
So
a
it's
great
not you
job.
that's hands on that part.
I set it up for other people to enjoy. You
Right.
know,
So there's somebody
so
running
they
that.
can make a career out of it. And I think, you know, when Kurt asked us, bought his portfolio years ago, wanted to get into recording and work for Jamie. You know, he's been with us for best part of 6 years, I think, 5, 6 years. And then took over the recording studio. We built it up and built it up. He's put his own input into it. We've bought a lot of equipment in there. We did all the relative building work to make it right, and that's still evolving now. But yeah,
Smashing.
it's been great.
So bands can get together, say, let's start a band, let's do a band. They can get on phone to you guys. They can book in with you guys if
Yeah.
there's space.
Yeah, if there's space.
They can
There's always
come.
space at some point.
There's
You know,
always space at Jam on Top.
We'll always find a space for you, don't worry.
So they can come. They can practice
Yeah.
from the very, very beginning.
Correct, yeah.
And then after they've practiced, they can record everything they've practiced in your
Demo it,
recording
yeah.
studio.
Yeah, do a demo, do an EP, just do a single, whatever you want to do. I think that a lot of young bands, there's a young band that's with us now that's called Fail the Enemy. You know, they just won the AMP Awards this year, which is
Okay.
a great accolade for them.
Right.
They started so raw, less than a year ago. Very, very rough diamonds. They were very rough, young, enthusiastic, but practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced. Never failed to practice every week. And now I think they're just getting tighter and tighter. Went in for the AMP Awards, blew everybody out of the water, and they've got themselves a, you know, not our place, but they got a really good, you know, very nice studio recording session time. So
Excellent.
So they're off doing that. So that's a good example about how you should practice.
Absolutely,
Like
yeah.
a lot of the bands that play here, they're so well practiced. You can just feel and see how tight they're getting
progression,
over
yeah.
time. The progression
And
is
you'll see it from the
staggering.
very beginning.
Yeah,
up until
absolutely.
when they're ready to play
Yeah.
like live to everyone.
Yeah, yeah,
So you'll
that's
see
right.
it from the very start to the very end.
Yeah.
So how many bands have you got like on your books, if so to speak?
We've had lots of bands on the books. The average week, I would say, would be between, on a poor week, probably 30, on a good week, probably 42 a week.
Well, that's massive.
It's a lot.
And they're pretty much local.
All local bands. Some come from, you know, surrounding areas, so you get Bradford, Leeds.
Yeah.
Some
That's still
come as
local
far
in
as,
Tillis, but, you know.
yeah, some come as far as Rochdale even.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just because there's a couple of members in Rochdale, there's a couple of members who might be at, you know, Gisborne or somewhere, and they think, oh yeah, come to our studio, and they'll come over because they
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it. You know, we've got windows, you know,
Yeah,
from a
that's it,
rehearsal
yeah.
studio, not 4 breezebot walls, so there's a bit of a view, there's a good vibe. A lot of the bands meet other bands at our place.
Yeah, well, that's what it's got
there's
to
a
be about.
vibe, and people can start out, gigging together.
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
it's good. I love it.
Yeah, well, 10 years, you're about to see plenty of talent come through your doors. And because I do know that a little small band,
Yes.
they're quite unknown.
Yeah, right.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
They're a bit under the radar, but I do hear the Marmozets still practice at your place.
They do, yeah. They were in today, and
Yeah.
they're in nearly every day. I've got to tell you, when they work Marmozets, you see the different level from bands that might do 2 hours once a week. They're in every day. Of course, they're fortunate to do that because they're now signed. They've got a management team. They've got a big team behind them. But they practice and practice and practice, and they're always thinking, when they're not practicing, they're thinking about what's the next banger, and then they'll in and they'll work on it and work on it and work on it for hours. I've seen Sam, the guitarist,
Yep.
sit in a studio on his own for 3 hours while they're all supposed to be practicing, and he'll say, "Get out, I've got something here."
Yeah.
And you can hear him going through it and through it and through it and through it, and he'll go, "This is it, I've got it." And they'll all come in and they'll try it, and that's how they create the music. They all have a great input. But Sam, I think, and Jack are the real architects to making them what they
Yeah,
are.
well, it speaks volumes to me because when you sign, because they're signed to a massive label.
Yeah, they're with Roadrunner, yeah.
Roadrunner. They're on a huge label.
Yeah.
They've got a massive name.
Yeah.
Everybody knows them. They're a household name now.
Yeah, yeah.
So it still speaks volumes to me when they still come back home to practice at their local venue.
Yeah, I can't see that changing anytime soon because with bands you get a really good relationship, don't you? You become good friends. They're friends of ours.
Yeah.
They're friends now. We like to make all of the bands, no matter who it is,
Feel welcome.
and feel like they're friends, because it's important. You've got to have that bond, and we support them wherever we can.
Absolutely.
We can't
yeah.
see everybody because we're down at the studio. We're always working, but we'll get out as much as we can and come and watch them play at one of the gigs. The thing with like you're saying about the Marmozets is, when they're working and they work so hard, you think, oh, they must be getting fed up, but they're always so enthusiastic, and that's nice to see. It's a lesson for anybody who wants to really make it. Put the hours in, because it'll pay off. It pays dividends in the end. I think when they actually started with us, they were 14 years old.
Yeah, I remember
really
that well.
young,
Yeah.
really young. They were off doing the odd little festivals, and I think luck probably plays a little bit of part in it. I guess I'm not sure if that is a fact.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you got to be in the right place,
No,
right
I'm not
time.
sure, because they went to a festival. It was a real small, little independent festival. There were some scouts there. A management team was there. Spotted them. They did nothing about it for about 3 or 4 months after. All of a sudden, one of the parents of the Zets rung up the management company. Said, "Oh, you left me a card," and then it all went from there.
And that all stems from your place, in essence.
Well,
So it's a nice accolade as well.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
I also hear, like, a little birdie told me that that a Kerrang award lives behind your reception desk
Well,
down
not
at
today,
Jam and
because I
Top.
bought it for you to have a little.
Oh,
look
have you
at. Do want to have
really?
a look?
Let's have a look, definitely.
So this was it. This was the Kerrang Award. This was for 2015 Best Album.
So this says Relentless Kerrang Awards 2015 for the best album to the Marmozets for the Weird and the Wonderful.
I think they want a round of applause for that, don't you?
I think we do.
Yeah.
Well done, Marmozets.
Well,
Thanks for that, Brian. Is this for me?
You're welcome.
Is that
It's for
mine?
you. Yeah, it's all for
Oh,
you,
thank
yeah.
you very much.
So they obviously won that last year, and
And they give
You
that
know,
to you?
and they dedicated it to us. Yeah, we just have it at a private place at the back of our counter, along with a couple of our albums of theirs, and one of the Japanese version of their album and the English version, and a bit of merchandise. And
Well, that's
when people
massive.
come in. So it's lovely of them, and they're lovely guys. They're all lovely. But it's just one band. We don't see any favouritism with them. They come in, they'll practice, they'll go, just like any other band.
Yeah.
And we'll go out for a beer with other bands. There's lots of bands that we love. All of them, we love them. It's just a great community. So you get some people that go, oh, you see this band, oh, I've heard he's a right pretentious idiot.
Yeah.
I haven't met one musician like that yet. There's got to be one or two, I'm sure, but I haven't met one yet. I think they're all lovely.
Well, that's very
It's true,
nice,
yeah.
right?
I
That's
think
very
it's
nice.
true. Yeah, I think it's true.
I think it's true as well.
Yeah.
You've got to keep an open mind when it comes to music.
Yeah,
People do different things,
they do.
different to others. People might not like it, but they're just going to have to live with it. That's
it.
just what happens in music.
It is.
It's just so like what's planned for you in the future? Obviously, you're committed. You've been doing this for nearly 10 years now.
Yeah, we're in it, aren't we?
I also like, because I know that you do a lot for charity, a lot for this local town.
We try.
Which is great, which is always good to hear. So what have you got planned, like, going forward? What makes you a better place to practice, for people to come and check you out, to visit?
I think the main thing is that you provide a practice facility that people want. I've noticed that a lot of, excuse me, I've noticed there's a lot of practice facilities that say, right, you can come into our studio, yeah, of course, here's 4 breeze block walls, and by the way, there's a drum kit, but you need to give me a £5 to use that. Or there's an amp, and you need to give me £3 for that. Or, and there's a mic, and I want £2 for that. We charge £11 an hour, which is what most studios do, basic, and we give them everything.
But everything's provided.
Everything's provided.
PA,
So
vocal mics, amps, drum kits.
Yeah, and 9 times out of 10 we engineer the sound desk for the band so they're happy before we leave the room and leave them to practice. And I think that's the difference. It's just going that extra mile, just
Showing
to make
interest.
sure they're happy.
Yeah.
You know, and that's for every single studio.
Well, they're a paying customer at the end of the day.
important.
They're not just
Of
a
course they
band.
are, yeah.
You know, the custom for the years going forward.
Yeah.
Obviously, you need that new custom
Yeah.
as well as the return custom from customers.
That's it, yeah. And it's sort of, you know, it just helps my business, but it also helps the bands even more, you know, I think. And you was talking about charity. Yes, we're a real big fan of supporting Manorlands and Sue Ryder Hospice. We have done for years now. And for example, the paintbrush run they've just done, we got the PA up there for them. They were absolutely blown away with it. We've just done other festivals. There's this independent one that's just happened because the council pulled out of it, which was formerly the Airdo.
Yeah, the Fresh Air.
It's
Yeah.
Fresh Air now, which was just recently, this last weekend, and it was a fantastic community effort. That just from the guys from Small World, Kaya Kappa, who
Yeah,
was
we had her last
organising-
time.
You did.
Yeah,
What a
she came in.
fantastic woman. What an inspirational woman. She did a fantastic job. Got all of people to come and either sell something, sell some food, put some jewellery on. Got marshals to come and donate to put some fun rides on, or to put the the burger vans on, etc.
Well, we're losing such a big festival like that in such a small town. It takes away that gathering, that come togetherness.
Does
Which towns like that need, if you ask. You know.
I think you've got to have a community festival like that, because I was staggered about how many went to that this
I saw
weekend.
pictures.
I thought, I've got to be honest, I thought it was going to be probably half of what went last year, and there was more went this year, I think, than there was last year. And as many as I've ever seen at that festival. Even when it was at Inception with the Airdo, when you had the likes of Goldie Looking Chain on and
Rudimental stuff like- yeah,
playing,
yeah.
and Jake Bug.
Jake Bug, yeah.
So it was great. It was really good to see. Really good work from those guys. I mean, we donated the backline for the main stage. All the amps and the drum kits and what have you.
And the acoustic cafe thing, you did that as well. You donated that, didn't
No,
you?
we didn't actually. No, we just did the PA. We donated some of the front of house PA as well for Small World, because
Yep.
Josh and Ben were running that, and they came to see me and said, "Look, can you help out?" Absolutely. It's important.
Absolutely,
it is
yeah.
important. So I'm glad that was a success, because it needs to keep going. These guys need to keep doing it, and we'll put a little bit more input in
Yeah,
every
absolutely.
year if they want us
well,
to.
they've got another full year to do Fresh Air number 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, and get a bigger name for themselves than the council
Yeah.
probably did.
Yeah.
And it goes to prove you don't have to sink hundreds and hundreds of pounds into
They
all
did it on
it
a
takes.
budget. They did it on beg, stealing, and borrowing, and you can do it if you set your mind to it. It's what Kaya did, and she won't take no for an answer. I'll tell you now. She got
Oh, I
hold of
know.
me.
Oh,
She
I
says,
know.
I want this back line.
Yep.
I said, right,
Give me it.
Yeah. How much you need? All of it. Yeah. Right. Okay.
And she'll get
So,
away.
No, I want it all. Honestly. But are you going to do it? Shake me hand. Yeah. Okay. We'll do it. We'll do it.
Before you know it,
You're
you've got
such
no
a
speakers
star.
left at
Oh,
Jam
you're
on Top.
such a hero. And it's all that, And it's, but you've got to do it. You've got to try and help out, which
But
we'll
it
do.
paid off.
We will do every
It
year.
paid off.
Yeah.
So what's next for Jam on Top then?
Well, we've got. We're going to start expanding a little bit. We are going to put a performance area in. We're going to put a little bit of a venue in, and it's just one of those things where we'll probably hold our bashes So it'll be once every couple of months we'll have an event on there, maybe once a quarter, and just make a really good event there, you know, for 4 or 5 local bands to come and play and for people to come and watch them, you know.
So
Everybody needs a place like this to go and watch a band. So
yeah, they can filter in between studios and
yeah. So we're well on with that. We've got the flooring bought. You know, we've got the stage already in, the backdrops in. We've already bought the truss and the lighting. It's all looking positive. We've got an absolutely huge PA, probably too big for the room to put in.
No, it's ever too big, Brian.
It's got to be big.
No PA is ever too big for a room.
And sound impressive. So that's all.
You can have it all there, just don't turn half of it on.
Yeah,
just so it looks good.
Let's put it all on, but not have it on full
yeah,
whack.
yeah, I'll take that.
So we've got headroom. So that's what it'll be like. And then we've got a do on the 24th of September this year, which is going to be another jam bash. But that's actually teaming up with Big Local, which is there's it's like a funding pot, and it embraces the community around the Geedley area. And they got in touch with me and said, look, would you put a bash on? And we also want to put like some DJ classes on in Dalton Mill, which is opposite us. And I thought, well, what a great idea. Yeah, let's get it on. So we did. And we're going to do like this Jules Holland type event again, where we'll have all 4 studios with a band in. Our audience will go into band studio number 1. They'll strike up. They'll play. They'll do their set. We'll shut that studio down. Audience will recharge their glasses. And then we'll go to studio 2 and they'll play. And then move around the studios until all 4. So it's a great concept, and it's always worked really well. You know, people have said, "Oh, you've got to do that again." It's fantastic, and everybody who's played it said, "Well, we'd play that again. We'd play that again
absolutely,
tomorrow."
yeah.
You know, because we get a temporary license, put a bar on.
Yeah,
everybody has the right good knees up.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, with it only happening once a month, you know, it's it's something new in it. For
we only ever really do seasonal ones. We'll always do like the Christmas bash. And we'll do a spring bash and a summer bash and autumn bash. So, yeah, once every quarter. I mean, we haven't done one for near on probably 8 or 10 months now, and I'm missing them. So I think we're going to definitely have this one for autumn, and I think the venue will be ready for the next one for Christmas.
So if anybody's watching, if there's any young talent out there, and they need somewhere to practice that are in this area, where did they go? What did they type in to find your website? Right,
okay, just go to a website, put in your usual W's and then jamontop.com. You can get hold of us at info@jamontop.com. We're all over Facebook. Just look for Jam on Top. There aren't many Jam on Tops on Facebook. You'll find us.
No, I can't imagine you trolling through hundreds of Jam on Top to find you.
We've got all the usual social media. So, and if you want to know where we are, we're just down Dalton Lane, just past the Ford garage, opposite Dalton Mill.
I think you got it all in there.
Brilliant.
Well, it's awesome what you're doing. Keep doing it.
We will.
Keep at it.
We'll try.
There's always somewhere for a band to practice.
I hope so.
Thank you for coming in. It's been awesome.
Cheers, John. Yeah. Thanks, man.
All right, I'll be back in a minute. So, crazy now. This building's awesome. We can walk around everywhere, find every nook and cranny. Anyway, we're going to get into some live music by As Sirens Fall. First, we wanted to show you some advertisements.
Hi guys, you're watching Mint V. I'm Mikey from As Sirens Fall. If you want to get your hands on any t-shirt or a copy of our EP from our merch store online, then here is how to do it.
For your chance to win any of the great goodies you're seeing on screen right now, head over to Twitter and hashtag the words MintV t-shirt or hashtag As Sirens Fall MintV. The winner will be announced on the 31st of August, and the winner will be messaged directly and announced on the next show. Get tweeting and good luck.
So I'm pretty stoked about this. Go wild, go nuts, do whatever your heart desires, but please form an orderly queue, because the guys in As Sirens Fall are here.
Hugs. 1, 2.
Put that away. You've all got a microphone each, guys. Hope you can find them.
Hi. Check 1, 2. Whoa.
How are you, John?
You know my name. I feel honoured. I'm very well. How are you guys?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Happy days.
So, Mikey,
Yes.
Adam, Jason,
Hello.
Ben, Robbie.
Yeah.
I got it right?
Yeah.
Welcome to Mint V.
Thank you.
How's it feel to be here?
Wonderful.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
It's
pretty
very
cool.
wonderful to
How's
have you
Mint
here.
V going?
It's going very well.
Cool.
All the better for seeing you boys.
Yeah.
So, As Sirens Fall, thanks a lot for coming down. It means a lot to us. I know you've got a busy schedule. Let's start from the very beginning. If anybody wants to type your name into Google or any search engine they desire, others are available, what are they going to expect? In a nutshell, Mikey.
You type the words As Sirens Fall into Google or any other search engine, and you're going to get our website and our Facebook page and all that other stuff, but you're going to get, I guess, the EP that we put out in July, which is an EP called The Hospital Party, and our latest single, which we put out in May, for Where You Are on YouTube, and yeah, that, and maybe a bunch of reviews and other things connected to us.
So there's plenty to go at. If anybody wants to have a look and see what As Sirens Fall are all about,
There
there's
is a
loads
wealth of paraphernalia.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm all over that.
Today's vocabulary day.
It really
Yeah,
is.
man.
Everybody learn from Mikey. So how long have you guys been together then?
About 18 months now, maybe rolling on 2 years. So basically, the way that we started was we worked for a good 6 months or so just practicing constantly as much as we possibly could. And then we brought a song out called Across the Waves at the start of 2015.
It's good.
So we did like a video that we made ourselves for that, and we recorded that here in Keighley. Thought, hometown, let's get a song out there. It's also incredibly hard to book shows without a song, but at the same time, we didn't want to release anything that wasn't our best work. So it was difficult because obviously you can imagine that to make a record of high quality requires quite a lot of investment, which doesn't come without experience and shows, and that's investment in time as well as financially as well. So obviously we had to work really, really hard to get to a point where we could put out something that we were really proud of.
Absolutely.
So we spent all our time doing that, and then just a few months ago we finally released a 5-track EP as our first record.
Smashing. So like when you first started to when you wanted to play for show, how long was that? How long was that gap from getting together to playing your first show? Adam.
Check.
It's
I
working.
couldn't hear myself
It is.
before. It was probably about 5 or 6 months where we took out literally just to practice 2 or 3 times a week, get some decent songs together, and then go out and gig. Well, like
Have you found yourself with a different set from when you first started?
yeah, it's changed a lot now.
Yeah, maybe 3 or 4 times, I'm guessing.
Yeah, quite a bit. But yeah, it was tough not like holding back from gigging and saying we're not ready. We shouldn't be doing this just yet. We need a decent set of songs behind us first before we go out and do anything. Like the first couple of gigs we didn't tell anyone about. We just booked a couple of shows.
Just
to
get a
some
feel for it.
experience,
Yeah.
Well out of time, we played the Snooty Fox in Wakefield.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of them. That's a venue that had been around for years, and you know it was well known out of town, but we didn't have a lot of friends in Wakefield. You know, like we played there before in other bands, so we booked that particular venue thinking, you know, we'll be able to play a show. There'll be people there. Nobody will know us, and we'll be able to just practice what we're doing, because when we play eventually in front of people in our hometown, we want to make sure that, you know, if they're paying money to come and see us, it's going to be worthwhile coming. So we put a lot of time and effort into making sure it was.
Absolutely. Like me and my team, we've done a bit of research. Obviously, I know you guys anyway, so I've looked into you guys. I know you guys well. But like as I'm searching on the internet, it looks like you've had a massive year so far. Like 2016, you've only been together 18 months, so that's not a long time. So in the space of, well, you wasn't doing anything for 5 or 6 of those months. So it seems to me like you've had such a massive year so far. Tell us what have you done in that time up to now?
Just played a ridiculous number of shows.
Yep.
And made friends with a ridiculous number of people and worked ridiculously hard. And I suppose in a way just been very fortunate. It's been just a wicked couple of months, hasn't it? Especially the last few months.
Yeah.
Like I think the first thing was obviously recording with Ramesh, the EP, which was an amazing experience. Then putting the EP out and recording the music videos for it was awesome. And then getting booked at Download Festival was absolutely mental. And then there was the UK tour, which was crazy. And then Being the Music Live, which is coming up, which is mental. And then there's another tour in September we're doing with William Control, who's collectively one of our favourite musicians. And yeah.
You're forgetting your music video on Kerrang TV.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Just just that little bit, you know.
The great thing about that was as well, we recorded that actually here in Keighley. So you see the gold fancy room and everything like that. That was here in Keighley, so we managed to do it in our hometown. We invited a bunch of our fans who come to a lot of our shows down, and they were all in it as well. And there's actually a follow-up to that coming out very, very soon. So we recorded 2 videos at the same time. So our second video, you know, like if you've seen the Where You Are video, at the end of it, we get thrown into a prison. So we wake up in the prison in the second video, and we break out of there. And, you know, you get to see at the end of that video, you get to see a lot more of our fans, you know, like a better shot of them, I
So I take it that's something you wanted to do, is like get them involved.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Keep it local, like filming it in Keighley and keeping it local. So you wanted to bring that element into it.
Well, it's a matter, on top of that, is a matter of returning support, I suppose. And there's people in that video that came to our first ever shows and are still coming to shows and are still buying every T-shirt and like making every Facebook status a song lyric and taking pictures of us constantly. And they've been supporting us for, well, I suppose we can say years now, because it's probably just about hitting 2 years. And being able to put them in a music video, which was then aired on Kerrang TV, and he's doing really well on YouTube, and we're all really proud of it. And it's awesome because it feels like we're involving people, and it's not fans and a band, it's just a big family and it's friends, and it's just nice.
It sounds
bringing people
perfect.
together.
What was shooting the video like? Was that the first video you've done, or was that?
As this band, yeah, it was the first proper video that we've done as this
Because
band.
I've seen it like a handful of times, and it looks so much fun.
It was amazing. It was tiring. It was like 2 18-hour days. And Adam Fitch, who directed it and shot it, he was driving up and down from London every day to come and do it. And it was freezing cold where we were shooting it, and just stuck with it. And it was an awesome
You
wicked
actually,
experience.
you nearly died.
I did
making
nearly
the
die.
video.
Yeah.
Well, tell us that.
The Where You Are video tried to kill me.
Well, the hospital party, you know. There must have been something in there, you know.
A few weeks before we were shooting it, we went to where we shot it to kind of gauge the place and sort of pick
Where
some
did you shoot
sets.
it?
We shot it at the mill down by Jam on Top. What's
Dalton
it actually
Mill?
called? Dalton Mill.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
know over the road, yeah.
It's a great
It
place.
was actually
Yeah.
Brian from Jam on Top that suggested the venue. So that was really nice of him, because we've known Brian years, and obviously he's been aired on the same episode as us, I believe. So
This is right.
Yeah, yeah. So
You've done your research well.
yes. But yeah, it was just, so he suggested it, and I went down and checked it out, and it was like the perfect place, so it really worked.
Well, it does not. In the video, it looks nothing like Dalton Mill. That's a
When you're
thing.
in there, it looks nothing like Dalton
there's
Mill,
big
to be
gold
fair.
statues, and wherever you got them from is beyond me.
It was
Yeah,
amazing.
sneaky.
Yeah, set pieces.
But yeah, it tried to kill me.
Tell me.
So we went down a couple of weeks before shooting it to, like I say, gauge the place. And the guys that were showing us around just took us around kind of everywhere just to show us everything. And we went up to the top of this tower on the end of the mill. And it's one floor at the top of the tower and then just nothing all the way down. And there was a window across the other side of the room. And I had my camera with me. And he said, go get a picture out of there. It's gorgeous night sky, Keighley. I'm like, all right, sound. So I start walking across. The floor just disappears. Just couldn't take my weight. And straight through.
I'll give you it from our point of view. Mikey's walking round the back of this probably 6 foot tall metal, it's kind of a vault, and that vault, if you look down it, it dropped the whole length of the building to the floor. So Mikey goes, all right, walks around the back of it, we just see the top of his head, and then it disappears. And we went, oh. And everyone just went quiet, and we didn't hear anything from him either.
Just
it was
waiting
just
for the
silence.
So you're saying you went through the floor?
Yeah, I was, because I'd had my hands ready to take a picture, my elbows stopped me. If I hadn't been taking a picture, that'd have been done. They'd have been posting ads for a new single.
Anybody get a picture? Or a
I
video?
actually, on the way out, I took a picture of the room that tried to kill me, trying to get a picture of the hole. And when I was sending all those pictures back to Adam, who was directing it, to send him the set pieces and stuff, that particular picture just came out completely black.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
So something doesn't like the Adulton Mill.
But you chose to shoot 2 videos there.
Yeah. I like a challenge.
We're living life on the edge.
Resilience.
Well, of course it is.
Yeah, man.
So I want to talk about this. This is your EP,
Yeah.
and it's called
The Hospital Party.
Go Buy It. Or if you know them, they'll probably give you one because they're really nice guys. So tell me who you recorded this with.
There's a guy called Romesh Studengoda. He's worked with tons of bands, tons of our favourite bands like Blackout, Fuel for Friend, Bring Me Horizon, all British bands, and it's someone that we've, as a band, when we first started, we always wanted to work with him because he's known for getting like new bands onto the scene.
Yeah.
And when me and Mikey went down to Wales to meet him, and we went on a night out with him, and it was really well. It went really well, and we got along with him, and he said he really wanted to work with us, so we saved it up and went there. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that's what makes it. The hard work you put into it repays when you get this little plastic box at the end of it.
Yeah. It wasn't real until we'd actually got the CDs made. Yeah.
It never is.
Yeah.
Until you get that, it feels like you've accomplished something. No matter what's on it, it's still an accomplishment. But it just so happens what is on it is fantastic, and I really like it, and that's genuine.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
So go get a copy. If the cameraman can just zoom in on this for me. It's called The Hospital Party, and it's fantastic. Go and buy it. So while I've got you here, you're going to play some songs for us.
Yeah.
And that's going to be awesome. So while we've got them, they're going to play a couple of acoustic tracks for us. And let's do this. Is As Sirens Fall live.
Good evening, everybody. We are As Sirens Fall. This song is called From Across the Waves.
There's never anything left to prove. There's never anything to say. I've never got the right words to tell you, but baby, something's about to change. There was something in the water, something inside us screaming for more. It made me crash the car over the cliffs. It made me wish, it made me wish. I'll wave the flag until you say, and catch me from across the way. Have you been all this time without me? Where have you been? Whatever happened to you and me? On the edge of a rainstorm, I will watch you sail away again. Always think we're past the worst before the thunder rolls again. The art of drowning is something you mastered, you always practiced on me. But this time I'll watch you sink. I'll wave a flag until you see, and catch me from across the way. Have you been all this time without me? Where have you been? Whatever happened to you and me? It'll be a bit the bottom or a shot the cannon. You don't forget when you realize that for all this time you've been drowning without me. I'll wave the flag until you say, catch me from across the waves, from across the waves. I'll wave a flag until you say, catch me from across the waves, from across the waves. Where have you been all this time without me? Without me. Whatever happened to you and me? It'll be a bit the bottom or a shot the cannon. You don't forget when you realize that for all this time you've been drowning without me. It'll be a bit the bottom or a shot the cannon. You don't forget when you realize that for
you. Thank you so much. How are we all? Are we good? Awesome. We're As Sirens Fall, and in May we put out a single called Where You Are, and there's a music video for it on YouTube, which you can find if you just search the words As Sirens Fall, Where You Are. We're going to play that song for you right now. I hope you like it. All it takes is the stutter of a heartbeat, the flicker of a feeling of a fire, the touch of a glass, the ceiling light for beginning and end, just so seamlessly made for love to be killed. 'Cause it's a delicate thing, can't hear the choir sing. Now there's no we in us anymore. Where you are, and I've been wondering where you are, where you are. I've been standing outside of the hospital doors, waiting to find out how long you'll need to be in for. I've been sprawled out in the rain on the cathedral steps, screaming out your name with this thing aimed at myself. I've been standing outside of the hospital doors, 'cause you kept me up, yeah, you kept me up all night, and I've been wondering where you are, where you are, and I've been wondering where you are, where you are. Where take me home, take me home. Where, will you take me home? Where you are, where you are. Where you are, where, yeah, take me home, take me home. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we're gonna play you guys a song that's it's pretty much brand new. We only started playing it on our UK tour in July, and people seem to like it, so we're kind of just bringing it into our set now. And I hope you like it too. This song is called Like Vultures. I still dream about you. I still dream about you. And it's time to bring this to an end. You found me lying on the floor, bleeding, bleeding. You found me lying on the floor, bleeding, bleeding. What if you only get one love? One love. And the phantoms chasing my bones, they're coming like vultures. So stay alive, so stay alive. And it's time to bring this to an end. I want to see the back of your star-studded requiem. So I'll shake his hand and smile and watch her kiss with open eyes as they wander the room looking for mine. You found me lying on the floor, bleeding, bleeding. You found me on the bathroom floor, screaming, screaming. What if you only had one love? One love. And the phantoms chasing my bones, they're coming like vultures. So stay alive, so stay alive. But I still dream about you. But I still dream about you. And is there anybody out there? You found me lying on the floor, bleeding, bleeding. You found me on the bathroom floor, screaming, screaming. What if you only had one love? One love. And the phantoms chasing my bones, they're coming like vultures. So stay alive, stay alive. Love, love, love. And is there anybody out there?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi guys, you're watching Mint V. I'm Mikey from As Sirens Fall. If you want to get your hands on any t-shirt or a copy of our EP from our merch store online, then here is how to do it.
For your chance to win any of the great goodies you're seeing on screen right now, head over to Twitter and hashtag the words MintV t-shirt or hashtag As Sirens Fall MintV. The winner will be announced on the 31st of August, and the winner will be messaged directly and announced on the next show. Get tweeting and good luck.
So I understand that you've just had a 6-day tour. So Robbie, that's right, right? Tell me where you went. Where did you play? What were it like?
Yeah, we went on tour. We come back a couple of weeks ago now, and we went on tour with a couple of bands called The Ruse and Elements. And it started off in Bristol.
It was Newcastle.
No, the first day was Bristol.
It was Bristol. Right. I got it wrong.
Trying to catch me out.
It's funny because you actually told him before.
I did, yeah. Why did he ask
Briefing
me?
and everything.
Let's catch you out. Yeah, we did Bristol, then we did Newcastle, then we did Birmingham. London,
Somebody's whispering.
Southampton, then Leeds. And yeah, it was really fun. We met like lifelong friends in the bands we went on tour with, and it was just really good. Yeah, we were Crilly from Ashes to Angels drove us as well, which was really fun if you've seen his tour diary.
Yeah, go check it out. That's how I watched it today, actually, that Tour Diary. And it's quite fun. So yeah, go check it out. It's on the Facebook page, so go check it out. It's a good watch. So if anybody wants to try find you on the internet, what do they search? Your Facebook page, you've got a website, YouTube channel. Benjamin?
Yes.
I'm going to talk. There's basically any social networking site you can think of. Just type in As Sirens Fall and you'll find us.
That's the easy way of doing it.
That's the easy way of doing it. It's the easy way of doing
everywhere.
it. We're everywhere. We try and put ourselves everywhere. Because we're quite lucky in the fact that we're the only band with our name. So you type in As S, and majority of the time
it's going to auto straight. Yeah, it comes with.
And I was really happy when I saw that on Google. Literally As S, bang straight away.
Straight in. Yeah.
And it literally was just all us. So I thought, yeah, we've got a good name here for that.
Absolutely.
So
like Mikey, I've known these guys for quite a while. Not close, but I've known Jason quite a while. I haven't known you. Where have you come from?
Space.
Because you've just appeared. Because I know you, Jason. We've known each other for years.
Played in a lot of bands and things.
We have, mate. We have. But Mikey's new to me. So, what's your background? Have you been in a band before?
Yeah, I've been playing in bands since I was about 12, maybe 11. My dad bought me an electric guitar when I turned 11, and then I was just straight with someone else on a drum kit and a bass and a singer, and been doing that ever since. And eventually, I started a band called 9-Volt Heart when I was about, God knows, maybe 14, 15, and we played a bunch of shows here. And then we played a show with You Had Me at Hello, which was the band.
So the link is happening.
Yeah.
The link is happening.
To be fair, actually, the first link was Robbie used to be in a band called Above the Noise, who supported 9-Volt Heart at a couple of shows in Bradford. And that's how I got to know Robbie. And then we played a show with You Had Me at Hello. And then 9-Volt Heart kind of just disintegrated. People went off to college and unis and whatever. And I got a phone call off Robbie saying, "Do you want to audition for a band?" And he told me to learn Higher and Higher by The Blackout and Breaking and Entering by Tonight Alive. And he said, "Be at Keighley Business Centre on Thursday." I'm like, all right, I can do that. I turned up and I pretended that I hadn't had time to learn the Tonight Alive track, but actually it was just way too high. And that was it. The chemistry was there.
Yeah. I mean, like, we knew straight away as well, like, it was just absolutely spot on for the type of music that we wanted, so...
Just fit like a glove.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And I've got to say, like, since then as well, he's grown into, like, one of the best frontmen I've ever seen. It's,
Thank you, man.
I think people need to
No
get
tears,
to more
please,
live
Mikey.
shows just to watch
All the
Mike.
tears until after.
He's incredible. He's really good. So, yeah.
It sounds awesome. So, like your live shows, I've been to... In fact, we played together on a live show. And blew me away. So is that something, like, you focus on as well as writing the music, recording the music? Is that something you like to focus on?
Putting on a live show is massively important to us. Our image is very, very important. Obviously, the music is prime; it's the first consideration. But have always been very into bands and people like David Bowie and Queen and Alice Cooper and Kiss and all these bands with awesome music and incredible visual art to go alongside it. And you've got to at least have some kind of visual presence when you're playing live, because otherwise you could just buy a concert ticket and turn up and keep your eyes shut and have the same experience. Mm-hmm. I love the idea of putting on this ridiculous, super energetic show with backdrops and light boxes and strobes and costume changes and stage makeup and just kind of whatever we can afford that's ridiculous, we'll do it.
If we had the money, the stage would explode.
Yeah.
I like it.
Robbie would be spinning round for the entire set upside down. It would happen. He wouldn't have a choice. We'd just...
His face says something different, Jason. His face says something completely different.
Throw up and carry on playing.
Well, it's been awesome having you here, guys, honestly. I can't wait to hear some more music. What's next for you guys? What's next?
Bingley Music Live. That's what we've got next.
We've got
the main stage. You're on the main stage, yeah.
Friday, Bingley Music Live, we're playing the main stage. We've got another single coming out very soon, with obviously the video to accompany it, and we've got a tour in September with William Control. The dates are The 14th of September is in Newcastle. The 15th is in Leeds at the Key Club. The 16th is in London, and the 17th is in Birmingham.
See, that's how you do it, Robert.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Well, listen, I can't wait to hear some more acoustic tracks. It's been awesome having you here. I wish you all the best. As Sirens Fall.
Thank you so much, Sean.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
All right. This is a song all about getting dumped. This song is called Getaway. I hope you like it. Drinking and singing, barely stopping to breathe, and I'm dreaming of contracting your magical social disease, your social disease. And there is a light behind my broken fingers, behind where we live, inside of us. So say you'll stay, say you'll never stray, say you'll never go away. And as you may get away. I'll watch from the rain and hear the street lights sing about how sorry they are for telling me you'd stay. They said you'd never stray, they said you'd never go away. So please say you'll stay, say you'll never stray, say you'll never go away. The weight of the world could fly right over our heads, and all you would do is ask why. So say you'll stay, say you'll never stray, say you'll never go away. And please say you'll stay, say you'll never stray, say you'll never go away. And there is a light behind my broken fingers, behind where we live, inside of our hearts. Thank you very much. We've been As Sirens Fall. Have a fantastic evening. Thank you.
Hi guys, you're watching Mint V. I'm Mikey from As Sirens Fall. If you want to get your hands on any t-shirt or a copy of our EP from our merch store online, then here is how to do it.
For your chance to win any of the great goodies you're seeing on screen right now, head over to Twitter and hashtag the words MintV t-shirt or hashtag As Sirens Fall MintV. The winner will be announced on the 31st of August, and the winner will be messaged directly and announced on the next show. Get tweeting and good luck.